In a world where youth is often idolized and the passage of time is viewed with trepidation, especially for women in the public eye, Kate Winslet's recent reflections on turning 50 stand as a beacon of unapologetic positivity and empowerment. The acclaimed actress, known for her groundbreaking roles in films like Titanic, The Reader and Revolutionary Road, has always been a voice for authenticity in an industry that frequently prioritizes superficial perfection over genuine human experience. During a candid conversation on the November 17 episode of the How to Fail with Elizabeth Day podcast, Winslet delved into the transformative power of aging, sharing insights that challenge societal norms and celebrate the liberation that comes with growing older. At the heart of her discussion was a profound shift in how she perceives her own body, a theme that has resonated throughout her career. "I'm great with it. I think I look flipping amazing," she declared with characteristic British candor and humor, her words slicing through the air like a refreshing gust of wind on a stuffy summer day. This statement isn't mere bravado, it's the culmination of years spent navigating the treacherous waters of Hollywood's beauty standards. Winslet has long been an advocate for body positivity, famously refusing to alter her measurements for the 1998 film Titanic, where she insisted on wearing a size 14 dress to portray Rose DeWitt Bukater authentically. That decision sparked debates about representation and realism in cinema, and it set the tone for her lifelong commitment to rejecting the industry's obsession with thinness. As she approaches this milestone birthday, Winslet elaborated on how aging has allowed her to shed the burdensome layers of self-doubt that so many women carry. "We're so conditioned, women in our 40s, to think, okay, well, I'm creeping closer to the end," she observed, her voice laced with empathy for the collective female experience. "This conditioning," she explained, "is insidious, a cocktail of media portrayals, cultural expectations and intergenerational whispers that equate a woman's value to her wrinkle-free skin and taut physique. From fairy tales that end with happily ever after at the altar to advertisements peddling anti-aging creams as if time itself were the enemy, society has long sold women a narrative of decline." Winslet, however, refuses to buy into it. Instead, she reframes the conversation, urging a re-evaluation of what the end truly means. Diving deeper, the actress addressed the myths surrounding menopause and the physical changes it brings, dismantling them with a blend of pragmatism and defiance. You think you go into menopause and you're going to stop having sex and your boobs are going to sag and your skin's going to go crepey and all these things, she recounted, mimicking the exaggerated fears that echo in women's magazines and hushed conversations. But then comes her pivotal rebuttal: "But first of all, so what? And secondly, it's just conditioning." In these few words, Winslet encapsulates a radical act of reclamation. So what? Is a dismissal of judgment, a permission slip to exist beyond the male gaze or the scale's verdict. It's an invitation to prioritize joy over aesthetics, to laugh at the absurdity of fearing sagging as if it were a personal failing rather than a natural evolution. This perspective isn't born in a vacuum, it's forged from Winslet's own journey through fame's unforgiving lens. Early in her career, she faced relentless scrutiny, tabloids dubbing her Dame Weighty for her personal life choices, or fixating on her post-pregnancy body after the birth of her daughter Mia in 2000. Yet each encounter only strengthened her resolve. By her 40s, as seen in roles like the resilient Mildred Pierce in the HBO miniseries of the same name, Winslet was portraying women who embodied complexity over conformity. Now at 50, she embodies that complexity herself, viewing aging not as erosion but as enrichment. Transitioning to the broader implications for women everywhere, Winslet highlighted the empowering surge of confidence that accompanies maturity. "I think women as they get older become more embedded in their truth and who they are, and more powerful, and more able to walk through the world and care less. And that is an empowering thing," she remarked, her tone shifting from reflective to resolute. This, embedding in truth, is a beautiful metaphor for the shedding of performative femininity, the endless apologies, the dimming of one's light to avoid outshining others. As women age, Winslet suggests, they accumulate not just lines on their faces but layers of wisdom, resilience, and unshakable self-knowledge. It's a power that radiates outward, influencing daughters, colleagues, and communities. Imagine a world where midlife women lead unapologetically, boardrooms buzzing with their strategic acumen, social circles enriched by their stories, families steadied by their quiet strength. To illustrate this, Winslet drew from her own evolving relationship with health and vitality, decoupling it from vanity's grip. "Exercise for me is not actually about looking a certain way. It's about not getting injured," she confessed, her practicality grounding the ethereal in the everyday. This revelation is revolutionary in a fitness culture that bombards us with before and after photos and promises of six-pack abs as the ultimate reward. For Winslet, movement is stewardship, a means to sustain the adventures that fuel her spirit. "I don't hurt myself in my life because I always want to swim in the cold water, and I always want to be able to hike for 5 hours," she added, evoking images of her plunging into icy English seas or trekking the rugged paths of the Isle of Wight, where she resides. This ethos extends to her professional life as well. In recent years, Winslet has championed projects that amplify diverse voices, such as producing and starring in I Am Ruth, a British drama about online dangers faced by teenage girls. Her role as the mother grappling with her daughter's exploitation underscores her commitment to real-world issues over red carpet glamour. Aging, for her, amplifies this advocacy. With less to prove, she has more to give. She mentors young actresses, advocates for menopause awareness, partnering with organizations like the White Ribbon Alliance, and uses her platform to normalize conversations about bodies that have lived full lives.